So the Jazz are now up 2-0 over the Clippers. They won 117 to 111. The Jazz at one point were up by like 20 points. And that was in the third quarter. And the Clippers, they continued to cut the deficit and became really close in the fourth quarter. They actually had like a 1-2 point lead at one point. But the Jazz managed to fight through that and win the game. Donovan Mitchell, he had over 30 points. Clarkson had 24 points. Who else? Joe Ingles played well. Bogdanovich played well. And Rudy Gobert, obviously, he played well. On the Clippers side, Reggie Jackson and Paul George played better than Kawhi. Kawhi just had an okay game tonight. And they got no help from the bench whatsoever. Biggest difference is really the Jazz. You know, obviously they're at home and they just play stout on defense. And they hit threes. They're pretty efficient when it comes to shooting their threes. So that's really been the biggest deciding factor of this series so far. And they're up 2-0. So we'll see what happens when the Jazz, get to the Clippers. I'm hoping that Mike Conley comes back so they can finish this and move on to the next round. That's what I'm hoping for. So, yeah, I think it is pretty ironic, or in a way, that the Jazz, like, they can score, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the Nets or even the Mavericks or, like teams like that. They, like I said, the Jazz can score, but they seem to also win in these games where they edge out the other team. And they seem to just wear their opponent down. I feel like they've done that twice against the Clippers now. So we'll see how that works out. Like I said, once they get to play the Clippers in, the away games in games 3 and 4. So as long as they can get one win out of those 2 games, then they will win this series. To me, I feel like the Jazz have to get a win in either game 3 or 4, and they'll be able to close it out at home. So we'll see, but I think Kawhi gonna play with he played with some aggression in this game, but I think he's gonna really come out aggressive in game 3. So, but I'm hoping the Jazz, they can just, keep him contained as they have the first 2 games of this series. So give me a take on this series overall so far. What do you think the Jazz are doing so well against the Clippers? And yeah, basically what the Jazz need to do to win game 3 against the Clippers. Let me know what you think their strategy should be going to game 3.